Very good morning, students. In today's video, I would like to discuss about independent and dependent events connecting to that conditional probability multiplication theorem also. Clear? So now let us discuss about independent events. What do you mean by independent events? Look at there. If the occurrence or non-occurrence of one event does not influence, it doesn't mean that it does not depend. Okay, dependent, so does not influence the occurrence of another event, then these events are said to be independent. Are you clear, guys? If the occurrence or non-occurrence of one event does not influence the occurrence of another event in a subsequent trials, that also I am telling, in a subsequent trials, one after the other trials, then those events are said to be independent. Clear? For example, when two cards are drawn, suppose out of 52 cards, when two cards you wanted to draw, that two one after the other you wanted to draw, not together, right? So first one card is picking, seeing that it is a king card, right? Suppose if we are not replacing that king, obviously the total number of cards will get reduced to 51 if you are not replacing that card, selected card. And another thing is that if that card is a king, definitely the total number of king cards will also get reduced. Suppose two cards are drawn from 52. Those two cards, let us consider those two are kings only. So two king cards are drawn from 52 cards, one after the other, with replacement. With replacement means first probability of getting first king card. What would be the probability? 4 by, see here, out of 52, one king card is selected. Definitely that probability will be 4 by 52, right? If you are replacing that back, if you are replacing this card back, again one more card is selected, that is also a king. What is that probability? Even that is also 4 by 52. See here, probability of first king card and second king card probability remains same. What does it mean? Definitely the occurrence of first king is not influencing the occurrence of second king. Do you understand, guys? The occurrence of first king selected and then observe the probability and you replaced back. When you are replacing back, total number of cards will not change, number of king cards also will not change. If you are not replacing, then definitely total number of cards will get impacted and then total number of king cards also will get reduced, isn't it? So that is the meaning of dependent. But in this case we are talking about independent events, the occurrence or non-occurrence of one event which does not influence the occurrence of non-occurrence of another event in a subsequent trials, then those events are said to be independent. Are you clear, guys? When two cards are drawn, definitely say example, not only the cards, balls also you take it. In a bag there are 10 balls, 5 are in red color and 5 are in black color, red and black, 5 each. Two balls are to be selected, the two one after the other. Remember, two balls one after the other. What is the probability of getting both red? That means, see, first card, picking it, what is the chance of getting red? 5 by 10. You are replacing it back, again one more ball is selected, that also chance of getting red, that is also 5 by 10 only. Probability will not change because you are replacing the selected one, first selected one, before picking the second one. If you are not replacing, definitely total number of balls from 10 to 9 it will become, and total number of red balls from 5 to 4 it will become. Then the next getting red will become 4 by 9, isn't it? Similarly here only you take it two cards. With replacement means first king card is selected, you replaced it back, again king is selected. So probability remains same here both, because it is with replacement case. You are not taking it away, you are just selecting and then replacing it back. If you do not replace it back, definitely the first probability will become 42, 4 by 52. Second one will become 3 by 51. If you are not replacing. Are you clear, guys? Independent means we are not depending. I mean, the events are not depending to each other. They are totally separate. Independent, separate. Clear? See, getting king card. First draw will be 4 by 52. You are replacing it back. When you are replacing it back, total number of cards remains same. Total number of king cards also remains same. When you select the second king card, that probability also remains same, 4 by 52 only. Are you clear, guys? So this concept is called independent events. The occurrence or non-occurrence of one event does not influence the occurrence or non-occurrence of the other event in a subsequent trials, one after the other. Okay, subsequent trials. Then those events are said to be independent. Clear? So main thing which I underlined, without replacement policy. Remember that, without replacement. Sorry, with replacement policy. I'm sorry, it is with replacement policy. Without replacement means again dependent events it will become. It is without with replacement policy. You are replacing it back. Independent means. Dependent means without replacement. Independent means with replacement. With replacement, probability will never be changing. N number of times you draw and again you replace. You draw, again you replace. Probability will never be changing it. It doesn't show any influence on the second selection. Are you clear, guys? Independent events are always with replacement case. Are you clear? So this is the independent events. Are you clear? Let us see the dependent events now. Dependent event means nothing but it does influence. That's it. That means without replacement it will become. Dependent case means without replacement. Independent case means with replacement. So let us see that. Dependent events. Look at this now. Dependent events. If the occurrence or non-occurrence of one event does influence the occurrence of another event in a subsequent trial, then those events are said to be dependent. So the occurrence or non-occurrence of one event which influences the occurrence or non-occurrence of another event in a subsequent trials, then those events are said to be dependent events. When two balls are selected at random one after the other without replacement, then the first draw and second draw are totally dependent events. Definitely. In a bag, look at this example. In a bag, 10 balls are there. 5 red, 5 white. Right? So, 2 balls are drawn at random from here. Getting first red will become 5 by 10. If you are not replacing this back, if you are not replacing that ball back, definitely what would be the second getting red? 4 by 9. See, probability value is affected or not in the second draw. When you are not replacing it, definitely that impact will show on total number of balls and total number of red balls also. Clear? So 5 by 10 for getting first red. But getting the second red ball, 4 by 9 will be the probability. Probability will definitely affect. Clear? This is the meaning, one which influence the other. The first probability definitely influencing the other probability. Look at there the probability value. Totally different only. 5 by 10, 4 by 9. Isn't it? When you are replacing it back, probability will not change. When you do not replace, definitely in the second selection, the probability value will be changing it. Are you clear? Independent and dependent events. Now, let us have the theorem called multiplication theorem of both the cases, dependent cases and independent cases. Now, let us see the multiplication theorem. Afterwards, I will be teaching you the main important definition which is called conditional probability. So before going to that conditional multiplication theorem, I would like to discuss about conditional probability concept, and then we will go ahead with multiplication theorem. So let us see the next definition, conditional probability, which is very very important even in your mathematics, and tricky one also. Remember guys, it is very tricky one at the same time, which is very very important from your examination viewpoint as well as in your mathematics also. Are you clear? So let us see now conditional probability. Look at the next definition, conditional probability. What does it mean? Conditional probability, the probability of occurrence of one event under the condition that another event has been already occurred, known as conditional probability. For example, if you want to calculate any probability, suppose from the set of balls, first ball is already been selected as a red. When two balls are selected at random from the bag having set of colored balls, one after the other selection, that too without replacement, conditional probability always follows the case of without replacement, nothing but a dependent. Remember guys, dependent event, this conditional probability is very much helpful, not for independent. So conditional probability, it is for purely dependent. Dependent means one which influence. Here what is influencing? One event has already been occurred, one event is already known. Knowing that, the other probability of that event, if you calculate, that itself called as a conditional probability, and it is denoted by A given B or B given A. That slash we can call it as a given. Remember, A given B, what does it mean? B is already known, occurred. Using that, if you find out the A, if you find out the probability of A when B is already occurred, that is the denotation of A given B. Next, what about B given A? Here, probability of getting B when A is already occurred. Are you clear? That is the reason the statement down, A given B, A for given B, B for given A. That is the concept here. So any two events, in those two events, occurrence of one event to be calculated when the other event must have been already occurred. It has been already done, taken, known. Using that, the other event has to be calculated. The probability of occurrence of one event under the condition that another event has already occurred, then it is called as a conditional probability, and it is denoted by A given B or B given A. Purely this conditional probability is a dependent case, without replacement case. Remember, without replacement is nothing but a dependent. So under the dependent events, this conditional probability will be applied. Are you clear guys? Now let us see the multiplication theorem having both the events, independent and dependent events. Now let us concentrate on dependent events theorem. Okay, so let's see. Look at this theorem, multiplication theorem of probability for two dependent events. So dependent means definitely, as I said, that conditional probability, occurrence of one event which influences the occurrence of other event in a subsequent trials. And look at this statement, multiplication theorem. Multiplication means, you know, that end, intersection, right? So if in a random experiment, if the event B is dependent on event A, then the probability of occurrence of both these events is dependent on one event is dependent on other event. Those are all dependent events. Then the occurrence of both these events is P of A intersection B, and multiplication means formula will be P of A into P of B given A. Here, which is known? Tell me. A is known already, because occurrence of B we want. That means A is known. B given A means B to be occurred when A is known. So known probability should be written first. P of A into P of B given A. Look at that proof now. Let S be the sample space and A and B are two events. As by the definition, P of A equals to number of favorable cases of A divided by total number of cases N of S, and P of B equals to N of B by N of S, and P of A intersection B equals to N of A intersection B by N of S. From the above, P of A intersection B we need, isn't it? N of A intersection B by N of S. There, which is occurred already? A. Think that. Imagine that A is occurred. If B is occurred, N of B will be multiplied on both the sides. If A is occurred, A will be multiplied on both the sides. Anything is possible. So the same multiplication theorem, you can write it in other way also. Or P of B into P of A given B. That is also fine. Both the cases are possible. If you wanted to do the second one, P of B into P of A given B, N of B has to be multiply and divide for the above definition, P of A intersection B formula. Say, look at there now. I was thinking that A is only the occurred one. Therefore, N of A, favorable cases of A, has to be multiply and divide from the for the previous definition. P of A intersection B equals to N of A intersection B multiplied by N of A divided by N of S multiplied by N of A. Multiply and divide N of A, because imagine that A is only occurred first. If B is only occurred, N of B should be put. Remember. So that little simplification, N of A intersection B by N of A into N of A by N of S. If you do it as by the definition, N of A by N of S will become probability of A, and N of A intersection B by N of A will become probability of B given A. Remember. Clear? So which is already occurred, that has to be taken in denominator always. Clear, guys? So this is the proof of multiplication theorem for two dependent events. Ultimately, P of A intersection B, what is the formula? P of B given A into P of A. That is the formula. Are you clear, guys? Just have a look once again. Till here, as by the definition, for this definition, P of A intersection B equals to N of A intersection B by N of S. Imagine that A is only occurred first, because dependent event means definitely conditional probability, either A given B or B given A. That means one has to be occurred, either A or B. I took it as A is only occurred first. That's why N of A. If B is only occurred, you can take it as B is only, N of B is only occurred, means you can take it as multiply and divide of N of B. Clear? So for this definition, multiply N of A and divide N of A, and then split that one, simplify that one. N of A intersection B by N of A into N of A by N of S. N of A intersection B by N of A means P of B given A as per the definition. Are you clear? Next, N of A by N of S is nothing but probability of A. Ultimately, this can be taken as P of B given A. This can be taken as P of A. Hence proved. Clear? If you substitute here N of B, B is only occurred first. That's why numerator and denominator both, if you are multiplying N of B, then the second one will come. P of A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B given A, or P of B into P of A given B. Which is known, which is occurred, that probability comes first. Here A is occurred now. According to this, A we have taken. If the statement is given N of B into P of A given B, means here N of B should be taken. Are you clear, guys? So this is the conditional probability concept using the multiplication theorem of two dependent events. Are you clear? Right. So let us see the next definition in the next video. So I am going to wind up this video till this multiplication theorem of probability for two dependent events. This is the theorem and proof, which is very, very important. Remember, guys, addition theorem 2 cases and multiplication theorem 2 cases. Addition theorem mutually and non-mutually exclusive. Multiplication theorem dependent and independent events. Out of these 4, in your examination, definitely one question will come. Now the syllabus has been reduced, but these will help you even in your competitive examinations in maths as well as in mathematics, regular concept, theory concept also, in the concept of probability. Especially this conditional probability will be very much useful in Bayes theorem. Definitely you are having Bayes theorem for 6 marks. Remember, in your second PUC. So this conditional probability, if you learn thoroughly here, definitely this will help you there. Now look at here. This is the formula, right? P of A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B given B, or P of A intersection B equals to P of B into P of A given B, which is already occurred denominator, that has to be taken the probability. Here A is occurred, so probability of A. Here B is occurred, here probability of B. Clear? Now, if at all they ask what is the formula for conditional probability, according to this, write down the formula P of B given A, means this one we want. If you send this to this side, formula for conditional probability. Remember, multiplication theorem intersection you have seen. Using that, we can write the conditional probability formula also, B given A or A given B. Remember these two formula, guys. Very, very important, conditional probability. Isn't it? So with this, I am going to wind up this video. So let us meet in the next video by solving independent events theorem as well as problems on both dependent and independent using conditional probability or non-conditional probability problems. Clear? So I hope everybody is doing great. Stay home, stay safe. Okay, don't waste your time, guys. Have a nice day. Thank you.